Disclaimer: I do not own the clips or music shown. These are used for review and entertainment purposes. Thank you. Greetings, ghouls, goblins, and people that like just dress up in costumes and try to be criminals. It's me, Camden, on Channel Camden. It's been a while since I talked about Scooby-Doo. Let's talk about Scooby-Doo again. In the early 2000s, there were live-action Scooby-Doo movies based on a popular character. And if you don't know Scooby-Doo, then I don't even know. You still be living under a rock. And they were written by James Gunn. Yes. That James Gunn. That exact same James Gunn. Yes, that James Gunn. The same one that we're talking about. And they have been remembered for years. And I'm definitely the first person to ever talk about these movies on the internet. I'm definitely the first person to ever talk about it. And at the time, the reception has been pretty mixed. Some just straight up not liking it. Over time, people start growing up and seeing it as a classic or some sort, and start to appreciate it. And of course, because like there's people that grew up with this movie and they discover social media, so they just talk about it. And how do I feel about it? Let's jump right in, shall we? Because it seems like we got a review on our hand.
We're coming after you. You're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo, but tell me back to you.
So,
like, zoinks, we're about to find the ice cream man, and we're gonna take him down. We got another mystery, dude. Like, that's crazy. Like, oh my gosh, like that's insane. We're gonna get the ice cream man, and we're gonna get him. Now I need a 500,000-pound Big Mac. Now, as you can see, we don't got Scooby-Doo, but we got a Garfield. Wait, I'm allergic to
I guess you can be my Scooby now, bro. Like I'm not even a dog. Well, you're gonna be a dog today. Oh, okay. But I'm not a dog. I don't care. Shut. So our movie begins with the gang, the mystery gang, solving another mystery, but a lot of goofy antics ensue. And Fred, played by Freddie Prinze Jr. That's real. He just talks about how cool he is and everything, and how he created the plan to catch, the crook. Even though Velma had a major part of the plan. And then They break up. They split up. There's no more mystery gang. They're done. They actually split up. That's the end of the movie, guys. Like that's it. That's how the movie ends. Then 2 years pass, and you have Shaggy and Scooby in the mystery van, just eating as much as they can because they love eating. They love eating. And there's a new mystery for them to solve. For them to investigate Spooky Island. Because the island is spooky. Therefore, it's Spooky Island. And then you have Fred and Daphne and Velma at the airport, and they all reunite. They'll also have their problems. Guess we can talk about some of the casting to it. Lillard is perfect as Shaggy. You can tell he really cared about playing this character down to a T. And there's also Frank Welker as Scooby, because you can't replace him. He has to be Scooby-Doo. He just has to. You have Linda Cardellini as Velma, and she acts exactly like Velma. It's Velma like that. That's how Velma's supposed to act. Then you have Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne. And she doesn't, although there's like a joke in this movie where she doesn't like being a damsel in distress, So she just knows how to fight in these movies. Straight up throws hands with monsters and stuff. I mean, bro, like she's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What do you expect? Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred. He is, he's not bad. Like, not as perfect as Shaggy and Velma, but he's not doing he isn't doing a bad job.
What I want to wear! So don't be afraid to express your true self. And remember,
The cartoon, it was so ahead of its time. It had a story. They worked hard to figure it out, and it wasn't gender specific. It wasn't a boys cartoon or a girls cartoon or any of those things.
It was a talking dog, you know what I mean? There wasn't anything cooler than that.
I love how she's all like, this is like the deepest thing ever made. Like, this is like deeper than a Hideo Kojima game. Like, this is insane. This is just, I lose sleep at night thinking about Scooby-Doo and how deep and insane it is. Better than, bro, it's a talking dog. I like that. Talking dogs are cool, I guess. I don't know. So then they're like on a CGI plane, and then we see Shaggy fall in love with a girl named Mary Jane. Yes, the character that is, like in history, just people talk about how Shaggy it gives off a stoner vibe. Named Mary Jane. Yes, that is real, people. That is real. That had to be intentional. Yeah, Mr. Bean is in this movie. I hope he isn't, up to anything suspicious. That's a fun fact. I share the same birthday as Mr. Bean. Random things just happen in the movie. They come across random people on the island. Some of them act really weird, which, makes them investigate even further. This dude just doing whatever he's doing with a chicken, I don't know. Then he started yelling at Daphne and telling her to get off the island, even though he's on the island. But there's a character that shows up in this movie that I think there's only like 2 people on this entire planet that actually likes this character, and his name is Scrappy-Doo. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, Scrappy-Doo, because we all love Scrappy.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And every family has one nut.
What the? Oh, no, go. Get off the screen. We don't like you. Go. No, get ew. What is he doing? Stop.
Scrappy,
Go.
for the 1000th time,
Stop.
there's no such thing as ghosts.
Shut up, Fred. There are. What is he doing? He just yapping. Oh, no. Oh, God. I'm gonna nickname him R. Scrappy for the rest of the video. Yes, R. Scrappy. That is gonna. So then there's a monster attack, and the CGI is spectacular. It's amazing. It's immaculate. It truly is. Yeah, it kind of shows its age of 2002 or 1992. Yeah, it totally doesn't look like the dragon from Shrek at all. And again, it might look super extra cartoony for a reason. It might be intentional. I don't even know.
I never meant that. But pick your last.
Don't worry about it, Fred. I know you. All you care about are swimsuit models.
No! Look, I'm a man of substance. Dorky chicks like you turn me on too.
What? What? Yeah, the humor is. So then Scooby suspects that Mary Jane is also could be the culprit. She could be behind. Yeah, Mary Jane's definitely behind this, bro. Like Mary Jane is behind it all for real. Why did you do this, Mary Jane? So then the gang switched bodies. Yeah, and a bunch of more like shenanigans ensue. And Fred in Daphne's body says this line right here. Bro.
Hey, I can look at myself naked.
Oh, brother.
fun for the whole family. But then we figure out who was behind it this entire time. And it was Mr. Bean the whole time. But not just Mr. Bean. It was Scrappy-Doo in a body that looks like Mr. Bean. Because, you know, just because Scrappy-Doo felt like it. Turns into... what is he doing? What is he doing? Just what is he doing? Like, you can't... Why? What is this? What is that?
Real talk. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. Old as you is.
So then the movie ends with the gang fully together and appreciating each other once again and realizing things about one another. It was the first Scooby-Doo movie by James Gunn. Get technical about it. It was actually directed by Raja Gosnell, but you know James Gunn written it because because he's the Guardians of the Galaxy guy. What did James Gunn mean by this? With some of the humor, especially with Fred's line, the body switch scene, and just everything. It's just, what did he mean? Yo, it's the Ice Cream Man, and now you're thinking, if we're going to be exactly like the Scooby Gang and just set traps, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to jump them. It begins with Alicia Silverstone as a news reporter. Yeah, Scooby Gang, they're at the museum. You know what I'm saying? They're just saying their typical little, like, zoinks and jinkies and jeepers. And, you know, the typical, just the normal, the typical. Velma falls in love with, Chris Griffin himself, Seth Green. Every early 2000s comedy gotta have the character walking in slow motion and then he trips and falls. Because, he was cute and quirky back in the day. And a big pterodactyl attacks the museum. And there's also an evil, angry, masked person. So you know what that means. There's another mystery on their hands. And I guess this movie is about, the team's insecurities. Well, even more at where they have problems with, the public eye. And Fred, as a little gag with the news reporter. And, the iconic scene.
You're trying to make it look like I think Coolsville sucks. No!
Coolsville sucks! The whole town, all of Coolsville hate the Mystery Gang. They hate them like crazy. Emma is in love with, Seth Green. Because, she's been watching, binging Robot Chicken like crazy.
And I'm not hot. Me neither.
Oh yeah, because no one has ever found Sarah Michelle Gellar or Linda Cardellini attractive ever in a million years. No one has ever found. Yeah. But a major thing I actually do love about this one is Shaggy and Scoob have more screen time, and the two of them just going on their fun little side quests is just great to watch. Honestly, it is the most entertaining thing. I love seeing these goofballs too. Between them wanting to eat literally everything in the world, or them trying to investigate by talking to some of their past enemies and some of the people that they caught in the past, is just great. Excellent. Probably my favorite parts of this movie is with these two. Oh gosh, Scooby, don't say that ever again in your entire life. It's very clearly a dog. It's a dog. Obviously, it's a dog. How could you not see it's a dog, lady? The scene just turns into this weird-looking alien that you will see, in the prequels or something. Also, enjoy this scene with Shaggy.
This
like strawberries. I'm okay, Scoop.
You know, and then the Scooby gang, they're back to their old hideout that they had when they were kids. And they're like, man, I miss how it used to be, bro. I miss how everything just used to be. Because like, now everybody hates us and stuff. But back then, we didn't even care about, like, the publicity or whatnot. Like, we just solve memories just because. Now we're just doing it just because it's a job. That's just why we're doing, man. Like, I just miss it. We just miss it now. Because, like, everybody hates us. Like, there's, like, pitchforks outside and everything. Everyone's all like, boo, we don't want you here. Get out of here, Scoop. We don't want you. For real, like, people are asking, like, they're acting like we ate their child or something. Like, people are actually saying that we ate their child, bro. And they threaten to give chocolate to Scooby-Doo. Suspect, is Seth Green behind it all? And, you know, but they're still, like, you know, they're still talking about Velma and Seth, you know what I'm saying? Like, Velma's desperate to get with Leonardo, bro. Like, it's insane. You have Seth over here, and he's all like, you see, you know what I'm saying? You know, Velma, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, it's solving some clues. Yeah, you can solve my clue if you know what I mean. You know, Jinkies, you know, I say Jinkies every time I see you, you know what I mean? I love you so much, I watched every single episode of that show, you know, that show that everybody... There's a sense of urgency in both movies, but, like, the first one kind of just them... Most of them just hanging out on the island. They were still investigating, but they were just kind of just doing whatever, just being their typical selves. This one, they're still goofing around, but it's more like there's more attention to urgency in this one. Not in the island looking at stuff and people. They're just in Coolsville, their normal everyday setting, and they're just doing whatever. We gotta stop these monsters, guys. We gotta stop them, because tonight is the night where the monsters are unleashed. Yes, the monsters are unleashed. That is exactly, the monsters are unleashed, and we gotta stop them, gang. We got another mystery on our hands. Okay, gang? We gotta stop them right now. You know, the third act, they're just mainly fighting monsters, and Shaggy and Scooby eat a cotton candy monster, and they also fight a monster that looks like the evil version of one of the monsters from Monsters vs. Aliens. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying effects wise, I'm saying like the design wise. And then all of Scoob's friends are in trouble, and it's up to him to save the day. And of course, he does. Found out that the masked figure was Alicia Silverstone this entire time. And that one of her henchmen were behind it. And it wasn't Seth Green. So, you know, Seth Green and Velma, they're smiling at each other and everything or whatever. The Scooby-Doo duology is insane. These movies are wild. They have no chill whatsoever. What did James Gunn mean by this? These movies are very, very, very early 2000s. And it's very weird. The effects look a little well, then again, you know, it came out, the movies are like over 20 years old, but still, you know. But I will appreciate that some of the jokes are kind of funny. Some of them are just, I don't even know how to feel. I'm surprised that they're in these movies. Scooby-Doo movies. And some of the castings are actually not that bad. And some of them are perfect. I'll say Matthew Lillard is the first Shaggy that comes to mind when I think about Shaggy. And it's really the cast that I mainly appreciate in these movies. Even though it gets a little weird and wild and some dated at times, it's the cast that kind of carries it. But these movies are not perfect by any means, but they're kind of entertaining. Especially entertaining how a little crazy they are. Recommend it? Will everyone everyone has seen these movies, especially if you're around my age. You've seen these movies. But if you haven't, I gotta say, I recommend it. I doubt that you would have a bad time. I give it 6 Scooby snacks.
What the dog doing? What the dog doing?
They're kind of entertaining, though they're dated. Some things don't age well, and some things even back then didn't age. And the jokes, well, some of them are actually funny and got a crack out of me. And well, some of them I'm kind of just shocked that they're in this movie, and some of them are kind of just like poop and pee and stuff, haha, you know, they're so funny, ha 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 he ha 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 ha. The plots aren't completely, you know, original, but a little bit of it, and certain scenes in these movies are kind of like an extended version of a Scooby-Doo episode. And I think that's just fine, and that's kind of what I would expect and kind of want. And when like something isn't completely the best, I like the main cast. They're pretty likable. They have their own charisma, and I'm kind of just like, oh, you know, like, oh, okay. And it has like that feeling, you know, that it's insane. These movies are still insane. What did James Gunn mean by this? I'm gonna tag him on social media somewhere, because you know he's pretty active on social media. That man is very active on social media. I'm gonna see, what did he mean by this, bro? What did he mean by this? What went through his mind? I really want to know. It's kind of like I just need to know. Watch these movies when I was little. Parts like I remember, like I do remember about their bodies being switched, and I remember that our Scrappy turned into a big monster. Like I remember, you know, the big pterodactyl and like the potion scene and stuff like that. Certain things I do remember, but just there's also other things I'm just like, oh, all right. It kind of made it more entertaining for me, if that makes sense. Still need to talk to James Gunn and understand, what did he mean by this, bro? What did he mean by this? Speaking of what did he mean by this, originally, the movie was going to be PG-13. The first movie. Matter of fact, at one point, it was considered to be rated R. I don't know why they would want a Scooby-Doo movie to be rated R. But, sure. That's like wanting a Charlie Brown movie to be rated. Kidding. Why, look it up. The movie was going to be rated R. Like a parody and a deconstruction of Scooby-Doo tropes. Like Daphne being a damsel in distress, or them having to catch the monster, or stuff like that. They did reshoots and they redid the script a little bit. And that's just how it is. Some things that are kind of in the movie, I could tell, I'm like, huh, like, okay, I'm sure that was added in, like, in the movie. Some things I'm like, oh, they could have went way further with that. We may never know. We may never know. What did you mean by the catching crooks? There's a certain man of ice cream that I need to catch. I'm not gonna lie, but just stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. All right, now we're about to figure out who the ice cream man really is. Oh, I guess that just. I guess he's gone.
He's actually
Guess
gone.
we have to wait for next year.
Telling me what I want to wear. So don't be afraid to express your true self. And remember, fashion first.